And about the coming of Jesus, man, I gotta mention this. I had a drinking buddy. Every time he showed up, boy, that cat used to wear some mean hats. He used to wear some mean hats, man. And I still don't know that boy's name. I used to look at him as being Yosemite, Yosemite something. We call him something. But anyway, we used to get together and drink that wine and stuff, man. And he, hey brother, you know, if you see me, you probably say, well, I know that cat anyway, you know, because I don't think I changed that much, but I might have changed some, you know. But anyway, I remember one time I had gotten saved, you know, and this guy came around, and so he said, "Hey man, let's get a taste and stuff." So I told him, I told him, man, I said, "Nah," I said, "No, man," I said, I got saved," and he looked at me, he like, hmm, he didn't act as some people did, because some people, oh man, some people, hey, this, you can't go back to your friends. You can't. When you turn a leaf over, it's hard for you to go back to your friends right away. And sometimes you never go back to those friends again because they're not going to accept you as they did when you was out there with them. It's a shame, but that's the way it is. You can accept them, but they want you to come in and be the same person, and you can't do that no more. You can't do that no more because then you ain't no number of hypocrite, and all you're doing is rejecting the same thing that a lot of people say. Well, man, people, there ain't nothing but a bunch of hypocrites in church. Hey, listen, you go to church, guess what? Go there to see God. Go there to meet God. Don't go there looking for no homosexuality or no sex or no drug buddy or none of this stuff. You know what I mean? Or no booty call and all that stuff. Go there to get in touch with God, because you can get in touch with him because somebody in that church is living right. Maybe more than one, maybe more than two, but it's somebody in there. So you stick with them. You go to church because they call them old fogies because they don't do everything. Oh, they old fogey. They old fogey, man. They ain't regular. I know. I used to think that way to an extent too, man. But you can't. You got to be careful how you mess with God's real people. Because you can mess with some of God's real people, and man, and you will really you'll feel it. You'll feel the anguish and the hollow feeling. It's just a feeling that you can't, it's like, ooh, it's a feeling that you are left alone out in the world. Like you're just alone. You ever got that feeling? But it is. So sometimes you got to be careful who you mess with. And but anyway, getting back to Yosemite. In Yosemite, he said, "Yeah, well, man, okay." So yeah, and then but we still was rapping. We still was talking. We wasn't drinking. We was rapping though. And he said, "Yeah, man." I said, "Yeah, man." I said, "Jesus is coming, man." I think I gave him a track where Jesus is coming. Are you ready? And he said, "Yeah." And you know what he said? He said, "Man, you know what?" He said, "Man, I'm gonna tell you, boy." He said, "Man, Jesus." He said, "Jesus might surprise them, man." So I said, "Yeah, what you talking about, bro?" Because we got into that thing because we used to have that kind of rap with each other, but he had gotten into the rap with me that I had changed. And he said, "Yeah, man." He said, they better be surprised, man. Jesus might come back and from he said from the FDR Drive riding a broham." And I said, man, boy, I said, you crazy too, man. That I thought about it. I said, I said, this cat really is. He was really rapping about some deep stuff, and he wasn't trying to make me feel bad. He just was giving his idea how Jesus might come, and he come talking about Jesus coming on the FDR Drive in a broham. And see, back then, all the brothers, I mean, some bad brothers, man, used to be on 100, because I used to be up on 145th Street with them. And all the brothers up there, man, that had the, that had the names, that's what they drove, was Brohams. And it just dawned on me. I said, why did he say Broham, man? Why did he say Broham? Because the Broham is really, back then, in the 70s, was a special made Cadillac. I don't think you had to get a Broham specially made, I believe. I believe you had to get it specially. So I say to myself, wow, I say, man, I met some characters out there. I met some characters, But I hope wherever he is, Yosemite, I hope, man, that you're hooked up with Jesus. Because, man, we don't know who people are, man, because God said he goes by the heart, It's just like my dad. I gotta admit this about my dad. My dad, before he died, he was bringing him jazz records because he was a jazz man. He introduced me to jazz, and so we had a serious conversation because he was talking about, man. He said, "Hey," he said, "son," he said, he said, you think any of these jazz guys, we used to listen to, you think they're gonna go to, any of them gonna go to heaven?" And I said, wow, he asked me that. I told him, I said, look, I said, Pop, I said, man, we can't say who God has accepted into his kingdom, because people act different anyway. We might see something in a person, and God sees something different in that person, because God is looking at the heart. We're looking at the person, And I said, yeah, probably so. I said, and then he started talking about, like he wasn't going to be worthy or something. I said, nah. I said, Pop, you ain't did nothing where you can't be forgiven. Ain't nobody did anything, man, except two things. There's two things that if you do, well, if you kill yourself, how can you ask for forgiveness, But the other one is blaspheming the Holy Ghost. Now that must be a heck of a sin where you don't want to do. You really don't want to do. You don't want to blaspheme the Holy Ghost. But anyway, I told him, man, you can ask for forgiveness. And after the talk and everything, I noticed, because when I came back the next day, well, maybe I didn't even come back the next day. I came back a few days later, and he didn't want to hear no more jazz. He didn't want to hear no gospel either. He just wanted to, ease up, and he didn't want to hear no music. And I said, wow. And he looked different, man. So, because I said, wow, man, my pop. Because I used to go around with my pop, man. We used to, hey, I liked hanging out with my pop, man. I liked hanging out with my pop. But you got to just realize something, that we never know who's who. Oh yeah, by the way, I got to bring this up. I went to Max Roach's funeral. Great drummer, great jazz drummer. Played with Charlie Parker and Dizzy Gillespie and a host of other people, man. Max Roach. And Max was a very intelligent young man, as not only as to be a drummer, but when I went there, I met, as I was going out the door, I latched on to this brother. We're going out, because I felt like, I said, well, I'm not, I'm not a musician and stuff, so I can't hang out with, I can't, really just have real deep conversations with these musicians, because these guys, they got their own thing, and I wasn't that much a musician. I tried to play trumpet and still try to play piano, but every time I hear a piano player, I take the batteries out my piano, or either I take the cord out the wall, But anyway, but Max Roach, but to make a long story short, it just so happened that the man that I was going out was Max Roach's pastor. And I said, "You kidding?" He said, "No, man." He said, "Max." He said, "I'm Max's pastor." And I said, "Wow." He said, "Yeah, Max had gotten, Max gave his life to God." So we don't know, man. We don't know. So don't brush off nobody. You understand? Don't brush off nobody like you know them, like completely. Don't do that. Because God looks at the heart. We look at the outside appearance. That's right. I had to drop that to you. You know what I mean? I hope I didn't bore you with it, but I had to drop it on you.